From the very start of the company, it was important to us that we include an apprentice program. Our program is one of the oldest and largest of its kind in the United States. We had 1,200 applications to be a part of this program. We auditioned about 800 of those people, and we selected 40 singers to be with us in residence during the summer festival season. They participate in a program that is extraordinarily intensive, where they spend their daytime hours learning about the disciplines of being an opera singer.
They need a voice. They need an instrument. They need something in the throat that can do what you and I cannot do. I think that is one of the things that makes this program unique, is that there is so much energy devoted to the training of these singers over and beyond what the demands of the main stage are. When I say main stage, I mean the chorus, people covering roles, understudying roles, and singing small roles on the main stage. They have a whole other curriculum here that is completely devoted to their training as young singers.
The pressures of performing are very hard, and all of us are type A personalities, so that means we put a lot of pressure on ourselves as well. So I think it's really important to take good care of yourself, just continuing to better yourself every day, and if you believe that this is what you're meant to do and it's what you really want to do and you can't imagine doing anything else, then that will carry you through. I was here last summer as well as this summer, and you sing for a lot of people while you're here, and so people start to get to know you and hear you, and then, you know, when I am singing an audition in New York City, it might happen that somebody has heard me the summer before in Des Moines, and so that certainly helps to get a foot in the door.
The National Council is a program of the Met created specifically to identify new young talent. You have to let the voice grow and mature naturally and well with good technique, good practice habits, caring for your instrument. I mean, it takes almost a decade to turn out a working, rent-paying opera singer. And if you went to medical school, you know, it would take that long. I don't think anyone realizes how long it really takes to develop.
Opera takes a lot of determination. There's a lot of rejection. You have to have a thick skin, and you have to be able to bounce back from that. A lot of singers, after undergraduate degree, after a master's degree, they start doing competitions and rounds of auditions, which costs a lot of money. It's a lot of travel. You're singing with people you've never met before, with conductors you've never worked with before. And you have to understand yourself and especially your voice.
With opera singing, you're singing over an orchestra without amplification into often very large theaters. We have the luxury of having a small, intimate theater here in Des Moines, but many of the opera houses here throughout this country are minimum 2,500 seats. And training the body in a way that it can physically support making that amount of sound in a healthy way, creating a technique that will sustain a singer not only through a full role, a long evening of singing, but for a full career. We want these singers not just to sing into their early 30s, but to really sing for their lifetime.
You would have killed me with everything.
When Des Moines Metro Opera celebrated their 40th anniversary, I realized I had been somehow involved in opera for 40 years. The very first summer, they were looking for students, anybody who would be in the opera chorus, and when my voice teacher said, "How would you like to be in the opera chorus this summer?" I said, "Sure," not ever having seen an opera at that point. And the idea of being in an opera chorus was like, okay, here's something I know nothing about, but sounds completely outside the box, and I was all for it. It turned out to be just the love of my life from the very, very beginning.
The training we get here is essential, not only to realize our talent, but to hone our skills. I think talent and skills are very different things. Skills are what allow you to do your performance at the level you do every single night. And the training we get here is to do just that. That's why it's so intense, you know? They say the hottest fire produces the strongest steel. It really is that idiom.
That our investment of them in 8 weeks of their training will pay off down the road by my hearing them in a couple of years and saying, good, they've gone the next step, and now they're ready for me to bring them back as a main stage artist. When that happens, we're very happy. We feel that the investment that we've made has paid off.